It's Craw. I'm going to be hopping into Terraria for the first time since the Journey's End update. This is my first time really playing since then and doing a full playthrough, and we're going Yoyos only. So, here we are. The first thing I did in this world was, as you always do, go find some chests. I get an aglet, and then I believe I find a blowpipe shortly after before delving deeper into the caves. Delving into the caves, I find an underground house filled with delicious cobwebs to make my first yo-yo. I go back up, I make a couple of wooden yo-yos to try and get a good modifier, run out of materials, and just pick the best one. We have our first yo-yo. I then built a house for my NPCs to start spawning. Went down mining to find some life crystals, found a magic mirror in an underground chest, died in the desert. I upgraded my tools, and I delved back into the mines where I found the stylus in a spider cave. Very cool, I never find her. Pop some gravitation potions to try and find some wings or a lucky horseshoe. On the first island, we find a shiny red balloon. On the second island, I find myself a lucky horseshoe, which is great. Unfortunately, there's no more islands, but we head to the jungle to farm out the materials for our first major yo-yo upgrade. You can see how that went. Head back to the house. I equip the new Hermes boots I just found in the caves, and I make our first upgrade, the Amazon. This is a crazy upgrade. I almost throw it away. Down into more caves to mine out some platinum to get some new armor to get ready for our first boss fight. Stock up on some more life crystals. I found a skeleton merchant while down here, so I can buy myself a counterweight, and I go ahead and buy the artisan loaf just for fun. Found an underground house with a cloud and a bottle, a nice little upgrade for when the goblins arrive. And I find my last heart crystal to get max HP. This is where I decided to spend many hours building a house. So here it is. This is my house. It will change a lot, as you will see. I start to build an arena for the Eye of Cthulhu fight. We get a natural spawn this night, but I forgot to get my sharpening station, so I had to quickly teleport back to go get it before starting the fight for real, which luckily turned out fine. I very easily get the Eye of Cthulhu into that second phase. This is where stuff gets a little bit tougher, but we are very well equipped for this, so I doubt it'll be much of a big problem. And then as it gets low, it relentlessly charges at me, but I just throw my yo-yo out blindly until it runs into it, giving us the victory over the first boss on the first attempt. Get our new Shield of Cthulhu. I will use this for the rest of the game. And so my house, the house looks a lot different. The horns turn into towers. I spend a lot of time on this house. I don't know why. But we got a slime raid. I take out plenty of slimes to take on the king slime. He spawns, and we dispose of him rather quickly. We're heading down to the Crimson now to try and attempt the Brain of Cthulhu fight. We start off taking out these little eyes. This fight, if you can tell from the footage, is not going to go well. About halfway through the fight, we get rid of all the eyes, and we get to him into his second phase, where I now realize that they changed it so he no longer appears on the map. So I just had to kind of hope and pray. And oh, this sucks. All right, this sucks. Look at this, 101 HP. I head home. I try and make as much armor as I can with what I got from that first attempt. But we're not done with the brain just yet. I make it a second attempt. This one, much worse actually. This one, don't even look at this. Don't watch. Close your eyes. After farming out like 3 Eye of Cthulhu's, I make an artery, which actually has a better modifier than my Amazon, which I can use for the time being until I get the goblin. Spend a little time mining down some boreal trees for some new building material when a goblin army arrives. I swiftly take out the fiends with my new artery yo-yo. I head to the overworld Crimson to build an arena for the brain, since I'm going to be making spawners soon. A little while into the night, my arena is finished. I grab my bloody spine, and we start the fight. I finish off the eyes, And we get it into the second phase. Full HP, no buffs active, only campfires and a sharpening station. And finally, we get the final blow, killing the Brain of Cthulhu. I make a whole bunch of Crimtane bars to finish off my new armor set. I equip it up, and look at that. Crimtane armor, and I finish up the rest of my house. I spent a whole bunch of time mining Hellstone and finding our goblin friend. I combined a bunch of our trinkets, got full molten armor, and a molten pickaxe to get ready for the Skeletron fight. Over at the dungeon, I've made a huge arena to get ready for the skeleton fight. I go up to the old man, I summon his curse, and we begin the fight. I'm a little over-prepared for this fight. I think I thought it was harder than it actually was. But I buff up just in case. And we get the slam town going on Skeletron here. I get both of his hands super low, I take one out, and I quickly take out the other, just so I can focus on the head and dodging these little skeleton projectiles. This fight is not too bad, you know, with the Yoyo especially. With the Yoyo especially, this fight is not that bad. You can just focus on dodging, hit him when he's charging, don't get caught in his spin, and you're just fine. We take him out easy peasy. I head down in the dungeon, find myself a cobalt shield, take out this dungeon slime, and I very quickly open up a chest to find our next upgrade, the Valor. I go to our goblin friend to reforge my Valor. I get a nice little godly modifier on it. And then I made a tree farm. Made a tree farm. I don't know why I made a tree farm. I really don't. I found a hive and decided that taking on the queen bee could definitely be worthwhile because the high 5 is definitely a solid option for the wall of flesh. In this small arena, it's a little tough, but I have the Bezoar equipped that we got earlier in the world to deal with the poison, and it's not too bad. I craft up the high 5, a really bad modifier. I reforge it to godly once again. We cut to me trying to grind for a cascade with statues. I don't know if that works, so I summon King Slime in the Underworld instead, which supplies me with the much needed Yoyos. I quickly dispatch this demon, and I throw the Guide Voodoo Doll into the lava to begin our fight. The Wall of Flesh fight is genuinely tough in expert mode, especially for melee classes. So yeah, just get ready. Get ready for this great showcase of skill that I'm about to display. Yep. Eye laser. Attempt number 2. I equip my lengthening string, and all right, it took me a little bit to figure out the strategy for this fight. So, you know, I spent a lot of time chipping away at the hungries, which is correct, but I also spent a lot of time not doing that, which gets me killed quite a bit. Eventually on this run, I die of fall damage because I took off my horseshoe. That's real. In this next attempt, I get him super low, so low. And then I run out of platform, and I just have to start tanking. And then he lives on like 800 HP. Okay, so hold on a second. I have to show this. I got called to do a delivery, so I paused my recording. And when I came back, I had beaten the Wall of Flesh. I forgot to unpause it for the Wall of Flesh fight, but I beat it. I beat it after that attempt. The next attempt, I beat it. Let's go back. Look at that. Post hard mode yo-yo. We head to the Crimson to get rid of these nasty altars, to get our cobalt, our mithril, and our adamantite. I head down, I mine a bunch of cobalt. I make a cobalt pickaxe. I head down, I mine a bunch of mithril. I make a mithril anvil, and then I make a mithril pickaxe. I head down, I mine a lot of adamantite. I make an adamantite forge, and then I make a full set of adamantite armor to replace our molten armor for hard mode. We do a little bit of farming in the snow biome against King Slime to get our lucky little Amarok. It takes a couple attempts here. I think I used like 3 king slime spawners for this. I used a lot. But we take them out, start taking out his slimes, and eventually one drops us the Amarok, which is a massive, huge upgrade. Yoyos scale so quickly once you get to hard mode. I reforge it very quickly into a godly Amarok, which is amazing. Found a skeleton merchant and made our ultimate yo-yo accessory before taking on the twins. First, we focus on spasmatism as always. You gotta take out the angry man. We get him down to his second phase and he's charging us relentlessly. I have to quickly run back to heal. I run the wrong direction. And this one's a little close. The stress was getting to me here. We take out spasmatism and then we have to immediately focus on retinizer. Retinizer, the easier of the two. We get him to second phase and then very quickly take him out from there, barely even getting hit in the process. Our first mechanical boss has been defeated, so we head to the jungle where I just get a Yellets, just like that. I quickly reforge it to demonic, which is you know, my reforge luck this world has been crazy good. I head down to where my temple is, and I start bombing out a huge area to both farm for mimics and spawn Plantera bulbs. I want that flame glove upgrade. I had an extension to my house for storage. It looks cool. Had a bunch of chests in it, and we just spent a lot of time building a house in this world. I built a much larger arena for our next fights in the game. The mechanical bosses are a little bit tougher, so a more proper arena is required. We take on Skeletron Prime this night. I quickly decide to take out all of his limbs before focusing on the head. And then I get him very low. I get caught in his spin for a little bit, which sucks. So I have to quickly teleport to the nurse and heal. But wait, this fight, as easy as it is, I heal and I get stuck on my roof of the giant house I built, and I just die. I die instantly. I lost. Anyway, fuck Skeletron Prime. We run it back. I don't even focus on all of his limbs this time. I'm just getting out the dangerous ones, any that are low. I'm focusing on his big-ass bald forehead. We take our second mechanical boss down as Skeleton Prime falls. Up next, the Destroyer. All we got left. But before the Destroyer, while it's daytime, I decide to start planning out for Plantera bulbs. I make a little spawning area for grass and such, so we can maybe have a Plantera bulb spawn right next to our nice little open area. I grab my Destroyer spawner, and it is time. This is probably the easiest fight of the two. I think, honestly, the hardest fight was the twins for Yoyos, because they're so far from you. And if you have the yo-yo accessory, it's over. 2 Yoyos at once melts the Destroyer. So we get him nice and low. We get that middle part, and I shred him. So just enjoy me shredding the Destroyer. And with that, the jungle grows restless. I finally make our nice little pickaxe axe, and I start mining out some chlorophyte. As you can see, a Plantera bulb spawned right above our little farm. At some point, a pirate invasion spawned, so I very quickly dealt with that by dying maybe 100 times. And then I farmed for life fruit and chlorophyte. I mined a whole bunch. I come back to our home, turtle shells in hand, and I craft off our turtle armor, which will be there for a second. I also craft the GPS because I've gotten a whole bunch of these items. With our new turtle set, it's time to face the plant queen herself. Plantera, it's time to die. This Plantera fight's super easy, by the way. The hardest part is dodging the projectiles. I even placed a sharpening station mid-fight, and then you get her to stage 2 and it's over. It literally just, you tank through it, you deal a bunch of damage, and she dies. Nothing of interest from Plantera for us, so we just get that temple key and head inside. I have 900 hours in this game. I don't know how I don't have this achievement yet. Legitimately, I was shocked to see it. I start to build a nice little platform for our golem fight. We got a very, nice Golem arena. Very open, very square, not a lot of tight areas. Perfect for fighting the big man himself. I disrespect Golem so hard by just letting him hit me as I grab buffs. I'm so confident in this fight. It was actually tough. This fight was harder than playing Terra. This fight was harder than most of the mechanical bosses. Golem's pretty tough in expert mode. I know, that's crazy. But we get our little Golem finished off and got nothing interesting, but we did get our Beetle Husks. I tried to go for a little bit more. I'm trying to get a Pixel here. And in our third and final Golem fight, it's close. I heal, and then I get called and I have to pause my recording. But I come back. We have just defeated a Mothron in a solar eclipse, and I got an Cthulhu drop on the first Mothron. As well as that Pixel from that last Golem fight. So we got everything we wanted. This is great. This game loves me. Easiest fight in the game. I died. Fuck the Lunatic Cultist. Ignore that dude. I'm gonna fuck up this arena. Nice and easy peasy this time with my new arena. I died again. Yeah. So fuck him. He's dead. We're talking about pillars now, baby. I maybe died a million times to the pillars, as always. I gotta deal with the Vortex Pillar, and then I die. And then I gotta deal with the Vortex Pillar again. And then I die. But it's dead. I'd fairly quickly deal with the Nebula Pillar, easiest pillar in the game, probably. Maybe besides Stardust. I deal with Stardust at some point. So lame, I didn't even include it in the video. But then I take out the Solar Pillar, which is the final one as impending doom approaches. Moonlord, I'm coming for you, baby. Moonlord gets ready to summon. I've built a long platform with my useful tree farm. I buff up, and I begin the fight. I start focusing on the eyes, trying to get them all down at the same time. You know, really, it's a game of running back and forth, getting stuck, and then running right into the Moonlord's hitbox and dying. I summon a second Moonlord. This time I'm prepared, okay? I've got potions. I accidentally dashed out of the nurse. It's okay. This time I've got it. This time we've got it very good. And I'm definitely not going to die. I definitely will not die this fight. You see those maneuvers with the nurse? That was crazy. I get one of the eyes really low, so I start trying to focus on the center eye and the right hand. I've become a master at dodging these lasers. This hand gets super low. I start to take out that top eye. Unfortunately, I could not get it with that last attack, but then I start to focus on it. I get it before it launches its laser. I get one of the eyes out. I get the second eye out. I focus on the last eye. It pops out, and now all that's left is the core in the center. I head back to heal with the nurse. I start running in long, straight lines, jumping over the eye's projectiles as I hit the Moonlord's core. It's a tense fight. It's kind of tense. It is tense. This fight was maybe just me having enough money to heal myself repeatedly. That's why I won. This fight really was just me healing myself repeatedly, spending so much money on healing myself. Until eventually, the Moonlord's core is low. I'm low. I decide to head back for one more heal, just to be safe. And then, finally, with one last string of attacks, the screen goes white, and the Moonlord has been defeated. I have beaten Terraria 1.4.4 with Yoyos only, despite some recording hiccups. Don't worry. No Terrarian. I'm not farming a Terrarian. I'm not farming for the Terrarian, but I want to just thank you guys all for watching this video. It's quite crazy. 19 hours of gameplay cut down into a 30-minute video. And yeah, I did not script this video either because I'm lazy. But I know this is not a Yu-Gi-Oh video. I know it's a bit of a shake-up. But I believe this video was good, and I thank you all for watching. Love you guys. Bye.